Hi, Daphne here. Hope you're well and you're staying fit and okay wherever you are. Thank you for keeping going on your writing. Really, really good work here. I'm going to do the task two first. So countries with a long average working time are more economically successful than those who do not. So more, and so you're comparing. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated that working longer hours and this extend longer hours of business incentives have been very effective. Some nations believe that maintaining a work-life balance is so essential. Personally, I agree. This says they will discuss both sides. Okay, so just get this first sentence right. And using the C2 template, yes, it is longer. Don't worry about the word count. If you go to 350 words at the moment, I don't mind. We will reduce the template later, but now it's useful because it will help you organize your essay. It's to do with the coherence, the flow, the movement of the essay. This is really, really important to try and get your arguments into this kind of academic shape. This will help you. And then we can reduce it later, yeah? So experts have debated that working hours longer. So debated, I would say debated if actually here, because you're sort of asking a question. If working longer hours, other way around, and this, I don't think you need that. I would say if working longer hours, I'll come in here, has been effective for businesses, or, so here's the alternative, whether it has, oh sorry, whether it has no meaningful effect. Okay, so has it been good? So if longer working hours has been effective for businesses, or whether it has no meaningful effect. So I'm going to change, I'm going to change that. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just take that out of, I don't want to highlight that. Let's put that in italics. I can put here no meaningful benefit. That is all you need to do as your first general sentence. Okay. So experts have debated if working longer hours, this bit, has been effective, so successful, or whether it has no meaningful benefit or not. Yeah? Then here, some nations believe maintaining a work-life balance is essential, and you agree. Okay, good. Then that's fine. Okay, this little bit is just a bit confusing. Keep it simple there. There's ample evidence that some developed countries prefer, so no past tense here, just now, present simple, prefer working long hours, and this increases, present simple, productivity of businesses and revenue. Okay, this increase in then, sorry, in productivity of business and revenue. You don't want to repeat increase. So this increase, yeah, could encourage an economy to move upward. Okay, you need to put that little bit in there. Encourage, okay. The central reason behind a working culture is verb. You need a verb here. Firstly, the majority of countries in Asia, watch out with your little small words here, including Japan, Hong Kong, you'd have to say, so a working culture, okay, this is, hang on, the central reason behind a working culture, you don't need to have firstly here, but you do need to have in. The majority of countries is that. This is just to do with the syntax. The organization of the grammar is confusing here. So the central, but basically your subject is going, the central reason is that, da da da. All this is extra. So the central reason is that there, so that's the countries, the governments do not establish standard working laws, which means what? So people can work longer, so there's no problem. People can work till midnight if they want to. Give me more. Secondly, unnecessary pressure to push each other to work. Yes, even if a colleague or boss does not leave the office. Yes, absolutely. For example, recent research indicated that nearly 75% of employees feel annoyed with working overtime. So working overtime, change that round. If their boss overtime, if their boss texts messages by WhatsApp at night, whenever they are sleeping at home. Good example there. Very, very good example there. Therefore, you need to conclude this paragraph. Therefore, uh, therefore, longer hours could be damaging to workers' mentality and health. Yeah, so just one little last line there to wrap up, to finish that paragraph. But nice paragraph there. Good ideas. Just watch the grammar. Yeah. On the other hand, there is a case for mental health and family well-being in the long term. Yes, there's a case for it, but there's a case for companies. Let's keep the question: companies working to protect. So, case for. A case for companies working to protect mental health and family well-being. So it's the companies have to do it. You need to say that. This is extremely important because workers, employees, not they, may suffer working in a high-pressure environment and overriding concern on the business funds as well. Business profitability, maybe, as well. For instance, an extensive study showed that 1 in 3 employees could become, now we don't know this, so you're going to have to say could become, depressed and anxious if they work too long. Yeah, keep connecting this back to the question. Also, or additionally, they would not be able to enjoy time with their family due to being exhausted from work. Yeah, thus it is conclusively clear you need a verb that more employees work as made their health worse. No, you don't make yourself, but you make their health worse. Their health worse. Oh, sorry, should be there. Their health worse. And and an early death was more likely, maybe something like that. From the arguments examples given, I firmly believe that longer hours, just call it shorter hours, yeah, shorter hours do not mean are not never successful. Do not mean shorter hours do not mean the company would change it around. Change it to the negative, the opposite. Shorter hours do not mean a company is not successful. By contrast, it could be more efficient and balance employees rather than their well-being to stay healthy. I would suggest government should extend standard working hours to the public. Nice conclusion there. Okay, so here you've done a good essay. There's lots of good stuff in here. I think the main issue is actually going to be the grammar, making sure your sentences work grammatically. Every sentence you need to have clearly the verb. You need to make sure that we're going subject, verb, and then object, this order in your sentence structure. Keep using the template for the next essay because it will just make your ideas go in the right order. So the development of the essay is really good. Yeah, you've got some nice ideas and you absolutely understand the question. So well done, you've done a good effort there. This task 1, maybe you're not quite familiar with the task 1s. This needs a little bit more organizing. And the first thing, read the question. Yeah, shoe sales, thousands. It does not say euros. Yeah, it's thousands. It could be Pairs, it could be euros. We don't know. So don't assume. That is really, really important. Okay, the bar chart compares the revenue of shoe sales. So it's not revenue. So immediately I'm going, no, we don't know what it is. So just go shoe sales in 2 leather types, brown and black, in 9 different nations. Nationals is people, nations is the country. In euros, it's not euros. It could be pairs. It could be amount. We don't know. So don't put a comment. So I put that in green. Don't comment. Remarkable is your opinion. Don't comment. So here to start here. The gap between black and brown leather widened, past simple, widened in the European countries. Okay? Widened in different European countries over the period. In Poland, brown and black leather were both the most popular. You don't need that. Were the most popular sales of all countries, or you don't need to put that, just going to go the most popular. While Belgium saw a noticeably dramatic difference in both types of leather, both types of shoe sales, both types of shoes. Shoes with only 5,000 brown shoe sales. Okay, so that's fine. Your overall sentence, that's nice. I would start that with overall. Okay, overall. That's your kind of like an intro sentence. Overall. Here in detail, Polish people most preferred, yes, to buy brown leather shoes, which had the highest sales at 140,000. So it's not percent. It doesn't say anywhere it's percent. Really watch out with that. You would lose marks for that. 140,000. Whereas, or while, so connecting word here. Sorry, just use that connecting word while. The second highest revenues were in Germany and Hungary, with both nations exporting. Now we don't know about export. You see, that's you're assuming that. It doesn't tell us that. So with sales of 125,000. Okay. Italy. So Italy followed the same pattern of 105,000, or figures were similar in Italy at 105, while or whereas, you can contrast it here. This is a good word. The figures for France, UK had an average shoe sales of between, so average is good. So witnessed or showed an average shoe sales of between 70 and 100,000, whereas Belgium, or in contrast, because I've used whereas, sorry. Okay, in contrast, Belgium, and in contrast. Link that in, okay? Admittedly, now, don't use admittedly because that's your comment. We don't want any comment. Okay, so black leather shoes black shoe sales outnumbered brown in most of these countries. Top export earnings, so it's not export earnings. So top sales were in Hungary, so this is brown, or black, I mean, sorry, and the average was 140,000. Second highest sales were seen in Italy, with sales of 115,000, so you need to be correcting that as you go, while France had the lowest. Okay, good. So there's quite a few issues in there. Maybe you're not quite sure of how to do these. I'm going to send you some links. But the skill, the most important thing here, is that you are contrasting. Don't just tell me brown and then just tell me black. That will get you band 6. It won't get you more than that. You need to compare. So you are comparing some countries, which is really good, but really focus on Belgium. Sales of brown shoes were 5,000 compared to black of just over 100,000. So you could have in these countries 100,000, which was similar to the UK. Link the data here. You had these ones of black So you could say these three have had black which were the same, while the numbers of brown shoes in these countries ranged between this and this. So link the data, don't just state the data. Okay, but good effort here, and I'm going to send you some links which I hope will help you on that one. So stay safe and well done.